Good afternoon, everyone. Then welcome to the Intelligence Racing League, or INL for short. Welcome to round 18 at Mexico of the first season of this championship. My name is Aidan Carter, otherwise known as Car Mentalist. I am your new commentator for INL. So I will be a full-time commentator for this league from here on out. Joining me today in the comms box is a special guest of mine. He's my TTG fellow teammate. He's also an IRO teammate, and he's a good friend of mine. Toxic, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. I'm very excited to be alongside you in this league. It looks like there's going to be some good racing today, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think obviously this is the first time I'm commentating over this league, but coming into this, there are a number of people in this lobby that we have all raced against. Who initially to you stands out?
From seeing R18 Matty's hot lap, he looks like he has good pace. IRO Dylan, because I recognise him, and some other guys like McCrew, who's a championship leader, and Callum.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with you on that. There's a number of people in here, including the likes of Super Gamer. We've got more Reese in this lobby, Frosty Calvin, Sparholt, Kieran, Cohen, a number of people that we've probably all seen before. So that will definitely be interesting to watch. Looking forward to this.
Indeed, yeah, and it's going to be interesting on the final round to see of the fastest drivers what times they're going to pump out. If we're going to see any high 13s, possibly from the likes of Matty and Hypes.
Absolutely. I think the Williams are giving each other slipstream by the looks of things. J. Luke is in behind Danny. He's on a set of mediums, but J. Luke is on his fourth lap on those medium tyres. Surely that is not really the way to go. I imagine starting on the mediums is a good thing, but at the same time, having mediums that are this old already, that's really hampering your strategy in the race. Yes, Kieran jumps into top 10 in the Renault. As his teammate.
ILRT Matty, who is behind and on track, is just on a 27.6 in the first sector. And McCrew coming across the line is going to improve by 3 tenths to take a provisional pole at 14.239.
Just takes provisional pole, but like you said, Matty's on a very good lap so far. Dylan only 3 tenths up. He didn't really improve much in the middle part of the lap, so this isn't really going to put him in contention at the moment unless his last sector is godly, but it doesn't look like it is. He's a little bit wide at the hairpin and a little bit deep into that corner as well.
Sparholt is on an absolute flyer right now behind his other rivals. 2 tenths up going into the third sector.
Yeah, Matty finishes his lap, doesn't improve, so Matty can't knock McCrew off a pole. Dylan improved but didn't gain any places, stays on a 15 flat. Cohen goes on pole from absolutely nowhere. A 14.2, let's see what his teammate can do. He's only 4th.
Wow.
So Sparholt does improve, but it's only it's less than a 10th gathering the top 4 at this point. Up then, so here we go for the start of the Mexican Grand Prix. Got terrible camera angle for McCrew.
This is beautiful.
We'll wait for the lights to come on so that we can see. We'll go on board with Matty then. Okay, here we go. Here come the lights then ahead of the drivers. We've got 5 lights. Who gets the best start? Lights out and away we go. Pretty even start across the front row, but Matty seems to have got the jump on McCrew a little bit. It's pretty much 2 by 2 as they go down. Cohen's got a good start. Mike with a bit of a poor start. He's starting to drop through the field a little bit. Matty got more straight line speed down the straight. Here comes Sparholt to the outside as well. Oh, someone's wide in the background. I think that was Hypes, who's really wide in the background. I think someone went wide with him as well. But by the looks of things, McCrew's got the pace on the outside. Is he going to? It's 3 wide down the second straight.
Sparholt trying to put his car through the middle, but he thinks better of it.
Yeah, he backs out of that one. I think that's smart from him. I think Matty's going to go around the outside. He is, but McCrew's got the switch back on the inside. Is McCrew going to be able to hold that? Matty's still there. He's forced out of road though. McCrew forces him out of road, and that puts Sparholt back up into second place. So brilliant start from Sparholt. I believe he's up 2 positions off the line. Really, really good start from him. And McCrew holds the lead. Yeah, really good thinking.
By Sparholt to stay behind and just wait for a mistake to happen, and it did happen. It happened very quickly.
How many people into the pits already? Is that we got Dylan and Cohen both into the pit lane, and Dylan's actually sped in the pit lane, unfortunately. I wonder if any of them had damage. Yeah, Cohen has damage, unfortunately, as does Dylan. And I believe J. Luke may have damage as well. So a number of people getting damage on the first lap. But his teammate looks much faster at this point. The 2 Ferraris side by side. Ooh, Super Gamer keeps it around the outside. He's forced a little bit out of road, but nice clean driving between the 2 of them. And I think Super Gamer is just going to hold that through the stadium section. But Sparholt definitely within striking range of McCrew for turn 1. Let's see how fast that Racing Point is in a straight line. McCrew's used a lot of his ERS very early on. He has barely any left. Sparholt has almost 40% more. He's going to go for the outside for turn 1. Does he keep it all the way around the outside? No, he breaks a little bit earlier, but he's going to go around the outside. Brilliant move from Sparholt. Well committed. Hype's actually passed Mike somewhere, and Mike is about to re-pass him down the pit straight. Great straight line speed for Mike, and he's through already before turn 1. So
Matty.
Yeah, Matty's into the pit, so he's reacting to Callum coming in. Let's see how close he is to Callum. Callum was about 2 seconds back. He's gone on to the hards as Matty, so I wonder if he's trying to go for the one stop. And both of the leaders are into the pit lane.
Oh. It looked like that McCrew was going to try and get past, but I think he followed Sparholt to the pit lane.
Yeah, and split of strategies for the two leaders. Sparholt puts the mediums on, McCrew on the hards. So they've gone for 2 completely different strategies. Obviously, this is kind of the period of the race where we're going to see how those strategies play out. I think McCrew is obviously going to lose time to Sparholt in this period of the race, but he may be able to stay on a one-stop behind Callum.
Callum's trademark move. Oh, no.
Ooh, he doesn't quite go for it, but Super Gamer outbreaks himself as Dylan's retired from the session. He's spun in the S section by the looks of things. Callum round the outside of Super Gamer through the last corner.
Safety car.
Virtual safety car, yeah, and Callum does make the move stick before the virtual safety car comes out. So, yeah, Neil's into the pit lane, and that's caught Matty out. He's slow onto the straight, and Callum's going to go for the move. This is for a net P3 at this point. See,
they have identical ERS, they have identical straight line speed. Well, Callum's just starting to pull away a little bit, and he gets the move done. Oh, is he going to go down the inside? Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Is he going to brake late enough? He does. He brakes much later. Gets the car stopped just about and gives enough room to aquaplaning as well. So, yeah, Daniel doesn't fight that one too hard.
Yeah, as you were saying, yeah. I think those... Oh, my God.
Daniel outbrakes himself, slams into the back of Sparhole, and that's massive. Yeah, that's massive front wing damage for Daniel. Matty around the outside. Is he going to try and stick around the outside? He sticks up the inside of turn 2. Callum has to turn out of the corner to not make contact. And Matty gets a better exit, much better exit from turn 3, and he's through. Is Callum going to go for the move? No, down in turn 4. He's got good straight line speed in that Mercedes despite having no DRS. He's down the inside and he's back through. So he squeezes Matty a little bit. I think it was fair, but he squeezes him a little bit. But Callum's in. So he's done 14 laps on those and he's got another 14 laps to go. So I imagine the likes of Sparholt and... yeah, the likes of Sparholt and the Hypes will be in as well at some point. Sparholt's into the stadium section. He's really struggling on those mediums, really sideways in the stadium section. Does he pit on this lap and go on to a new set?
I think he's going to come out P5 if he decides to pit. Gap to P5 is 28 seconds, gap to P4 is 21. Ooh.
He's going to have the momentum down the straight. I think Mike's just going to pass Sparholt maybe.
Ooh, it's P4 actually.
Yeah, Maurice's unfortunately left the session again. Mike's got the straight line speed though. Does Mike pass Sparholt into the corner? He does. Sparholt though keeps it down the inside, but isn't quite late enough on the brakes to make that move work. But is he going to get him down the next straight? Much better traction on the exit of the corner. He obviously won't have DRS. Let's see.
Force around to the outside.
Yeah, is Mike going to defend hard on the inside? No, Sparholt all the way round the outside. Brilliant move. Really make that one-stop strategy work at this point. As we've got a yellow flag.
Pumps in the fastest lap there. I don't see any reason for that yellow flag.
I didn't see any reason for that either. J-Luke actually has retired from the session. He's crashed, and that's a full safety car.
Oh, and who called that in the comments? Mike. A safety car will really spice this race up. Less than a minute ago.
That has really spiced this race up. And aquaplaning immediately into the pit lane for a set of softs.
Maurice follows in. Matty gets a
drive through
speeding under the safety car.
Oh, that's a disaster because he can't take his drive-through penalty under the safety car. He has to take it when they restart. So that's going to drop into the back of the field, surely.
No way did he just get that. I don't think that was justified either.
Let's see what the leaders do. So McCrew's in. So McCrew's into the pit lane.
Predicting all the leaders to pit. I think Sparholt will pit.
Matty comes in. Sparholt stays out. So he's confident on those mediums that he can take those to the end. McCrew on the softs. Here we go then. We'll go. And we'll watch Sparholt on the restart. He's keeping it nice and slow. He's not going to go yet. Is he going to go for the best one down the straight? He's almost coming to a stop before the last corner. And he goes now. He goes on the exit of the corner, but he doesn't get the best of runs. McCrew got a good run as well. Obviously no DRS yet.
Behind.
Yeah,
someone's already bottled it.
Oh, one of the Renaults. That's Maurice that spun out of the points, I believe. That's such a shame for Maurice that he's managed to spin there. That is a real shame. He had a good race up until obviously he left the session, unfortunately. Obviously there's no DRS at this point, so Sparholt needs to try and use the time with no DRS to try and gap McCrew. But look at McCrew, already so much more grip. Is he going to go for the move down into...
Pounding Sparholt.
Is he going to go for the move? He's going to go to the outside. Is he going to brake late enough? He brakes really late, but Sparholt sees it coming and brakes later himself and keeps the outside of the corner. But McCrew with a switchback. Oh, Sparholt really sideways, squeezing McCrew to the inside of the track. And Sparholt outbrakes himself. McCrew's through.
No way has McCrew already made that move. An excellent move by there. He was squeezed to the curb and he still got through.
That and Callum side by side for P2.
Great race car from both of these drivers there. No contact made and Sparholt keeps it. He saved up a lot of his DRS. He can use it, disperse it down the straight to try and keep with Super Game. I think we'll be pleased with P9 after his damage.
Absolutely, yeah. And after the strategy the corner is made, he actually might go for the move on Super Gamer. He's got much more straight line speed.
Oh, Super Gamer.
Oh, Super Gamer moves. That was
damage.
very late. That was a very late move there from Super Gamer, especially considering the overspeed that Daniel had.
Yeah, some would say that it's the driver behind responsibility to not cause an accident, but in that case, I don't think there was much Daniel could do. He was tired as McCrew has led since the safety car period after overtaking Sparholt. His strategy call has pretty much, as you said, shown why he is the championship leader here.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant call for McCrew. And since that, he's not looked back. He's run a good race up until that point. But yeah, brilliant strategy call for McCrew. He rounds the last corner then, ahead of Maurice, who's just been lapped. So McCrew comes up to the line and he's going to win round 18 at Mexico. Brilliant drive from McCrew to extend his championship lead even further. And he's dead set for definitely a championship win at this point. Brilliant stuff. Sparholt crosses the line in second. Callum can't pass him on penalties.
6 seconds behind.
Yeah.
I thought Sparholt would lose more positions.
So let's run through the top 10. Run through the top 10 finishes for everyone then before we wrap up this. Okay, so McCrew then wins the race ahead of Sparholt and Callum, who's in third. They're your podium finishes for today. Fourth is Pure Fantasy. Super Gamer fifth. He comes up from, I think, a lowly top 10 position. Him and Kieran, the only two people to not get penalty in that race. Brilliant stuff from those two. Aquapanning drops to 6th in the end. Hyper's a great recovery after a spin early on in the race. He comes home to finish in 7th place in McLaren. Kieran 8th, Daniel 9th, and Mike rounds out the top 10 after dropping a number of positions with his penalties.